Hi friends, this is James and Cara, and we are Kerouacs Cruising.
We are taking you on a journey, traveling the country with our dogs and finding remote places where the dog
And us
can roam free and play while we discuss life's growths, beauty, and some struggles along the way.
We recommend pairing our episodes with our blog at kerouacscruising.com, where we organize accurate information in an easy-to-follow format, removing all of the conversational goodies.
The link for this episode's blog post is in the show notes.
We encourage you to join the conversation by commenting where you listen, engaging with us on Facebook or Instagram at Kerouacs Cruising, or email us at join@kerouacscruising.com.
In the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Sit back and enjoy the journey. You're trying to get the girls for
Yeah.
Every time you turn the camera on, they stop.
I know. It's the number one rule. Yeah. He's digging, it looks like. Bella was rolling around on her back.
Oh, you got it?
A little bit. I think it's hard for me to see. It's funny because it seems like it's such dark overcast that you wouldn't think that it would be bright, but the little bit of light that comes through is bright.
I wish I would.
Look at him! All of a sudden he's going to China.
Yeah. I wish I would have put my other glasses on.
Oh,
What do you got, Normie?
You girls aren't going to help him?
They're not allowed to get too close.
I'm waiting for something to pop out of a hole somewhere. It's going to do it somewhere. That's so funny.
Well, it's a snowy day in northern Arizona.
Snowy day. It's beautiful.
It is March, and we got full-on winter.
The first big storm we've had this year.
And we weren't here for much of December and January, and we came home because it was so nice, really.
Yeah. And then we got more coming in next week, which is glorious because, again,
we need the moisture. We haven't had anything since, like, last year, November.
Nothing significant, yeah. The monsoon season was pretty good last year. We weren't home for it.
Yeah.
So we're taking the pups for a walk. We've been pretty lazy. Get this all adjusted here so you guys can see us. We've been pretty lazy the last couple days, and
I'll say you could just point it that way.
I know.
Hi.
Hi. We haven't done much because it's been kind of cold and windy and miserable. There was a lot of wind that came in with the storm heading it up. The one night, what was it, like 70 mile an hour gusts?
miles an hour, and it started like 3 in the morning.
Oh, it was terrible.
I thought we were getting a hurricane or something. It was crazy.
The house wasn't rattling or anything, but the winds were so loud bashing up against the house, I was almost convinced that the house was going to blow over.
I thought it rattles in our little porch area where we have some greenhouse glass, and it's plastic, so you could hear that rattling. It woke us up. We both couldn't sleep after like 3 o'clock in the morning. That brought the storm in. Thursday we had snow, but mostly wind, and then overnight Thursday to Friday, lots of snow. When I mean lots, 5 inches. This is northern Arizona.
5 inches here. I mean, if we were to go higher, like Flagstaff, they got 10, I think is what we're hearing.
Yeah, and they're supposed to get 2 feet. We're supposed to get about 6 to 8 inches. So, but still awesome. Snow in the desert's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. We're grateful for it. We've had, gosh, February was so beautiful. We had so many days in the upper 50s through the 60s, I think we had a couple days that were in the 70s. It was glorious.
And when we were here in February, you know, we came home from Bullhead and went and seen our friend Lonnie in Phoenix, and we came home and we bought a truck. I don't know when now, October.
Yeah.
And there was maintenance to be done on it. I knew it when I bought it.
Yeah, any used vehicle you buy.
Yeah, it's a 2014, so it's 10 years old. And we bought it cash. When I looked at it, I knew I was going to have to do some work. And that was fine. I was just hoping I wouldn't have to do the work till spring. But we're home in February. We had plenty of days in the 50s. So I went ahead. We had some manifold bolts break. And we're pretty sure we bought the truck maybe with one manifold bolt broke.
Yeah, and then in Death Valley we broke another one.
In Death Valley we broke another one. The truck got a little louder. So I pulled a manifold off and then had to get those bolts to back out of the head of the engine. Wasn't a fun job. It took me all day. So some of the work I've been doing is that. Shocks, ball joints, wheel bearings. I'm thinking, it's only 2 days worth of work or 3 days worth of work. Took me all day to do the manifold, and then took a break a couple days, and then I thought the shocks would be like 20 minutes a piece. All the top bolts were rusted.
Stuck, yeah.
And they didn't even have any thread, and I didn't notice that when we bought them, the bottom came out no problem. Well, that rusty bolt, sawzalling them off was a lot of work. So that ended up taking me all day. And we'll have pictures of that. When I do the ball joints, I'm going to try to record it. So I don't know if anybody wants to see me doing mechanic work. It's not a pretty scene. But I get the job done.
He usually does most of the work kind of away from the house by his tool shed, but the one day when he was doing the shocks, it was super windy, and he just wanted to get the job done because we were coming into this stretch of snowy, cold, wintry weather. And I usually don't hear him, and he was definitely cursing out the truck. But what I was starting to say before he got all into that is the reason why we're going for a walk in a snowstorm is because for the last 3 or 4 days we really haven't done anything. So the dogs are super anxious to do something. They have a lot of pent up, Norman especially. The girls kept kind of going out thinking about going hunting. They both don't mind the snow at all. Bella loves the snow. Bella loves the snow. But Norman, he does not like being cold and wet unless we're going for a W. So he's been in and out of the house. Super pouty.
Yeah, he's been in and out of the house. And usually the girls lately haven't been really hunting. And right now, they usually been following us right next to us. And right now, they've been hunting. Yeah, so they definitely had a lot of energy. These two are old.
Yeah, they got
so they are ready to roll today. So it's beautiful here, and we never see anybody on this route. So it's a great walking. We have a 3-mile loop at our house.
Yeah, and it includes neighboring properties, but nobody lives on them or is doing anything with it, so we take advantage of the vacancy.
We're trespassing, okay?
We're technically trespassing. We do know that the property that we are currently walking across just closed, so it just sold.
We might see some action here this summer. But we're probably not going to be here, but we'll come back and be like, oh my God.
Yeah, right. And our next door neighbors, our new neighbors, should be here any week. And they're going to start building.
Yeah, they're starting with their septic here. He said he's coming in March. And that'll be cool to see them guys.
Yeah.
And the process of him getting the septic through Coconino County. We're really hoping.
Oh, man, I'm excited to get that information.
Yeah, we're really hoping he gets a traditional septic because then we know we can get a traditional septic. And it's half the cost of a real septic.
Or less, yeah.
And I put in a James Special septic, and that's what we live on, and it's been perfectly fine. Perfect. So I know the ground here is good. It's just they have a lot of standards about the way the water runs off here and the way the sewer runs off.
So we've been doing a lot of back office preparation stuff. I've had this gut feeling all winter long that spring's going to be crazy for us on the podcast front. Not only traveling, but we got a lot of things going on. So we've been working out some residual income potential stuff with the Kerouacs retreat Airbnbs here near the Grand Canyon. So we're working on finding financing for that, which is why we are extra excited about finding out about the septic with our neighbors. Then we're also, if you haven't seen yet, we've debuted a remote travel planning services where we take all of our years of expertise finding amazing and beautiful, unique, remote places. We help plan those kind of trips for you guys and help you find your beautiful, perfect getaways without having to spend all the time and headache trying to do it, because it is a lot of work that goes into it up front, and that can be really daunting just to get started. So we help you with.
We're excited about that.
We're really excited about it because it's our favorite part of what we do, but we know for a lot of people it's what stops you from doing what we do.
Because you look and it's so much detail because it's not like go boondocking or dispersed camping or whatever you want to call it. When you're going to find these free campsites, there is some that are right off the main road that have some amenities like a vault toilet and picnic tables. But if you want to get to the good ones and you want to be truly in nature, not only do you need a vehicle that can do it, but it takes plan A, B, and C.
That's it. And you
might think that you're gonna find a campsite and the one you've seen on this map, and then you get there and somebody's already there.
Yeah, or you can't get there because rain or snow or something made the road impassable, or who knows what. But again, that's something that turns a lot of people off from doing something they really want to do. So our dream and hope is to help encourage more people to get out there while, of course, monetizing our expertise. So whatever it is that is your taste or what your comfort level is, not only will we help you plan that trip, but we will make sure you're prepared for what you're doing. You're aware of what kind of gear you need, things to look out for, have your brain kind of wrapped around it.
We're going to take the stress out of it, and we'll have it so you'll be able to, when you're out there camping, and if you had a question, we're going to be a resource for you.
Exactly. That's the big thing. It comes with, resources throughout the trip. Something's not working, or you have questions, you're nervous, you're scared about doing this. You really want to do it, but you're nervous and scared. You get to continue to talk to us. So we've opened up some membership deals too, if you're super interested in following us more deeply, where you get exclusive content. One of the package deals, it's just a small monthly fee. We'll send you postcards everywhere we travel. We got some other exciting things coming up with that as well. And, again, constant contact. Any questions when you're planning your own trip and you just want to bounce ideas off of us, that's included in the membership. That's on thecoffee.com/Kerouacs Cruising if you are interested in checking that stuff out. We're coming into spring break. This is a really good time to start thinking about getting out there and traveling, especially the Grand Canyon. You want to come to the Grand Canyon? Come hang out with us.
Come
we love
to the Grand Canyon.
We just had 3 weeks ago now. My sister Katie came and saw us, which was amazing. It was so much fun to have her and her family here. We did the whole tour guide thing at the Grand Canyon, enjoyed some sunsets, some jacuzzi time. We had a really great time. Our book, Together We Rise, is going to be released, I think they're saying the first week of May. So we're getting up into the wrap up and all of that, and that's getting really, really exciting.
The process of writing a book is pretty exciting. And it was a great opportunity for us to go through that.
It's so beautiful. It just feels so incredible. I can't even express how it feels to be a part of this project. We've started doing chapter reads where we're each reading our chapter to the group and getting some feedback. Really I think it comes down to, because everybody's chapters have been phenomenal, is it's really a confidence booster for us authors who are experiencing that imposter syndrome and being like, why am I here with all of these incredible people that I respect so much more than I respect myself? And then those people that you respect are turning around and giving you this incredible feedback, and you're like, holy Jesus. And maybe I do belong in this group. It's really incredible. What an incredibly group of inspiring people. So hopefully coming up here through the spring, we'll have some interviews leading up to the book release, and through the book release, I know that there's going to be a summit where you get to hear from all the individual authors. So stay tuned for that information, you guys. It's a really, really exciting project to be a part of, and
the book is exciting.
Really excited to share it with you guys. Really, it's something that's always been something for me, is that I've always wanted to be an author. So to be a published author is just like nailing the dream bucket list. So it's just really a really cool experience. Oh, what else we got going on?
Well, I got some snow going on.
We got lots of snow.
Walking in the snow. Being home, visiting some friends. I have a little bit of work that I'm going to do when I'm here that I started last year that I'm going to finish this year, which is exciting.
I need to get off the middle, but they should be able to still see us.
Yeah. So it's exciting for me to do that work. It's work that I enjoy. It's really helping neighbors,
friends.
That's about it until, first Saturday in May when I have to bet on the Derby, because that's part of my life. That's what we got going on.
Ooh, Kentucky Derby's I get to dress up for that day. One of the things that we just kind of launched, you may have seen it on social media in the last week, we really want to get a lot of independent stories out there. We really enjoy doing interviews. We really enjoy talking to people who, So sometimes you just feel like you're alone.
Changing their life and just life-changing events.
Sometimes you feel like you're alone in your journey. And so talking to these people who are going through their own life-changing circumstances and are inspired to completely change their life and uproot their life and really push for great things. And a lot of the time we do these things in silence. You know, we're not announcing it to the whole world that we're going through these big changes. And I know there's a lot of changes that even in conversations with my friends, the people start to go through as they get older. You start to wake up and let go of society's pressures on your life and start to really truly live for yourself. And a lot of people may start feeling the push to do that, but they don't know how to start and they don't know where to get started. And so one of the things we're hoping to do is interview people, friends, our family, anybody who comes across our podcast and feels the urge, the desire to get their voice out there. If you're feeling called to speak to the world, please, we would absolutely love to have you on our podcast. We'd love to interview you. These conversations are always uplifting for us, and we hope they are for you guys. So I'll definitely have the link in the show notes, but fill out the form, give us your information, and we'll set up a time to talk. We would absolutely love to get together with you guys. We want to do more interviews.
Before we went live with that interview, we're going to send it over to you, and if you don't like it and you decide you don't want us to air it, then we won't.
Yeah, we don't want you to be uncomfortable.
We just want to interview people that are trying to live a different life than the society
standard American
norm.
life. Yeah.
You know, go to work Monday through Friday and have no time for yourself.
Yeah, or your family.
Or your family, or just
the things that drive you and make you...
That was slippery.
The things that drive you and make you want to get out of bed in the morning, you know, the stuff that really gives you a passion for life.
You really got to do things you like. You really got to be happy with what you're doing. And enjoy life to the fullest. Live in the moment. And just know that there's a different life than just the same old Monday through Friday job.
Absolutely. And even if you don't know what that is yet, like we just interviewed Lonnie a couple of weeks ago, he's going through his transition right now. He has his dream in his mind, but doesn't know how to get it yet. Our circle of influence, our listeners, you may come across somebody, or they may come across your interview, be able to help you make those next steps. Most of the best opportunities we've gotten for our podcast has actually been essentially networking, people pointing us in the right direction, handshaking us with the right people to help us move to the next level or help us build up our confidence, whatever we need at that moment. So we'd like to pay it forward, essentially help you get to your next step. Even if you don't know what it is, you just know that you have the dream in mind, you've got the thirst for it.
You know that we
want to talk to you.
Yeah, super satisfied with your job, and you always thought there was something else out there. And you might not know what it is, because sometimes you don't know what you're supposed to do in life.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta think about it.
Yeah.
You know, and some people got to think about it, but when you're running the corporate rat race, you don't have time to think about it, because all you're doing is working, and then you're doing your laundry and cleaning your house on your days off.
You're in survival mode 24/7, and it's not until you break out of survival mode that it's like you can lift your head above water, get your head out of the sand, and really start to look around and see what you can do differently. I've talked to friends over the years. One in particular, I'm not going to call her out, because things have changed for her since. But I asked her, you know, if money wasn't an issue, if you had total and complete freedom, what is it that you would do with your life? And she had no idea. She had never even given herself the opportunity to dream about it and think about it. Now, they've got dreams to potentially travel the country, or, you know, multiple homes in different locations, or, you know, they're dreaming though. They're in the process of trying to nail in what they really want out of life. I don't want to say YOLO because that seems so taboo or whatever, but you only live once. And I mean, that's not to be stupid or irresponsible, but you can't take all the stuff you're working so hard to have and accumulate with you after this life, no matter what your beliefs are. Even if you think that your life just ends and that's it, we're just here, no spirit, we just die. That's even more reason to live it up, right? Because what are you here for? What are you doing? Chasing the rat race and falling into these societal expectations of the big house, the nice car, newest cell phone, best technology, Prada shoes, Gucci pocketbook, whatever the BS. You can't take any of that with you. So what are you doing? You're meant for more than that. And there's a big dose, I feel like, of imposter syndrome that we both combat with, of course. Because anytime you do anything new, your body and your brain want to protect you. And so it tells you things that aren't true. Your brain is your own worst enemy. So it's changing your mindset and not letting, as some influencers call it, the monkey mind. Shut that thing up and just do what feels right in your body, what makes your heart soar, what gets your blood pumping in a good way. Even if it is scary, if you feel beyond excited at the idea of attacking something, that's what you should be doing. And you need to start changing your mindset to allow you the permission to do that. Give yourself the permission to do it, because you are your own worst enemy. You're the one who is holding you back.
The most successful people in the world didn't start out saying they wanted to be successful. They started out doing what they love to do.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
We love to travel and be with our dogs. You know, we live in a house that's under 500 square feet, even though we have 30 acres. But we would rather have the serene life of walking out our front door and going for a 3-mile walk and not running into one human.
Yeah.
That's us. You might want to live in the city to have all them convenience, and you want to be on Main Street and you want to be on the 10th floor of a high-rise building and be able to walk down on the streets. But are you doing what you love to do?
That's it. And I feel like I combated it for a while myself, and I think, James, you went through the same thing. This expectations that your parents put on you, your friends, the people around you, society in general, all the expectations that they put on you, you think that that's what you want, because ultimately what you want is to make all those people happy and for them to view you in a positive way. But when you really sit down and you sort through what was what they all wanted, I realized I came down to, I was only chasing making everybody else happy, making everybody else proud of me, doing what was expected of me, so I felt like I could hold my head high in society. When I really sat down and looked at it, I realized I wasn't doing anything for myself at all. And I think sometimes we've got to ask ourselves those hard questions, because that's where the real truth of life comes in.
What's cool about what's going on right now, we are on a road, and I'm going to have Cara spin it around. If you look, there's actually no single tire tracks. We have our dog tracks, and then we're making some tracks, but nobody's driven on this road today, or really since last night when the snow came in. Absolutely no tracks.
It's pristine.
That is beautiful.
You can see Norman, maybe you can see in the camera, Norman running in the distance.
Oh yeah.
Jules is in the forefront.
And this is, you know, what kind of we live for.
This is, I don't like having to go anywhere in the snow. I hate the idea of having to travel to work, have an obligation that I have to get to, have to deal with traffic. But there is, to me, absolutely nothing beautiful than the silent serenity of the snow falling and the trees, the snow sticking to these trees, these evergreens. It's just...
It's amazing.
It's
beautiful.
the best.
It's amazing. So, whatever you want to do in life, do it.
We love you guys. We really appreciate you guys following us, sticking around. And we really hope, I mean, it is our dream to inspire you to do just what we just went on about.
And don't forget to read some books.
We love you guys so much. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Kerouacs Cruising.
We're thrilled to have you with us.
We had a blast recording this episode and hope you enjoyed our adventures as much as we enjoyed sharing them.
For more amazing pictures and stories, visit our website and blog at kerouacscruising.com.
And join the conversation on Facebook at Kerouacs Cruising, or email us at join@kerouacscruising.com.
We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
If you enjoyed this episode, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving us a review.
Your support helps us reach more listeners and allows us to continue sharing our travel experiences with you.
It's a generous favor that means the world to us.
Thank you so much for listening to Kerouacs Cruising.
Until next time, happy travels.